Powerful Content Podcast, your go-to source for content creation, strategy, and business inspiration. I'm your host, Mel Daniels, content strategist, coach, and speaker, empowering women across the globe to grow their business with powerful content that connects, nurtures, and converts. So if you're ready to create standout content that gets you noticed and remembered, or build an aligned audience who love you and are ready to buy from you, you're in the right place. I believe that content has the power to connect us all. It's up to you how you use it. Listen in for genuine and insightful chats with guests, as well as practical tools and strategies from me. It's so lovely to have you here. Let's dive into the show. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to episode 60 of the Powerful Content Podcast. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate you tuning in and listening to not only this episode, but hopefully other episodes in the past and future as well. Now, today I'm going to explore a topic that I know from feedback from my communities is a big challenge for so many of you. And, whilst it's a bit of a heavy start to an episode talking about why something feels so hard and why it feels so hard to create content, I'm really hoping that by the end you'll have a couple of practical ideas that you can implement straight away in order to lighten your load and start enjoying creating content again, because that is what I want for you. But first, let's start with why we're even creating content in the first place. And, I'm not really sure that many people understand this past the fact that they've been told that they should be creating content. It's really a message that's drummed into us as business owners, especially in the online space. But what's the reason? What's the purpose behind creating content anyway? I'm an inquisitive person by nature, and I always love to know why things work, why they don't work. So if someone tells me to do something, I always want to understand the purpose behind it. Or I want to understand the mechanics or the science so I can see the reason for doing something or doing something in a particular way. But hey, that's just me. But today I'm going to give you the why we need to create content. I think content has two main purposes. The first is fairly obvious. It's to showcase exactly who you are, your brand, what you stand for, what you don't stand for. It's how you communicate the fact that you're so very, very different from your competitors and how exactly you do it differently. So that's the first reason. The second reason is to move your client through the client journey from not knowing anything about you all the way through to becoming that raving fan. So without it, people don't get to move on that continuum of deeper relationships, because for service providers, that's exactly what it is, a relationship. If we're always selling, we're missing the steps beforehand, which allows them to connect with us so that we can nurture the relationship. Conversely, if we're always connecting, then we're never going to get to that stage of converting or buying from us. So when you start to look at these reasons, then we understand the purpose of creating content. But I know this doesn't necessarily make it feel any easier for you, but just knowing the purpose always helps to give you focus, I find. So knowing this, let's touch on some reasons why content creation might be feeling hard for you right now. So the first reason is you have no ideas or too many ideas. And you know what? There is nothing worse than knowing that you want or need to create content, but not knowing where on earth to start. It's such a big time waster. I remember when I first started my business, how I'd set aside time to write blogs, but would have zero idea on what to actually write. So I'd spend ages scrolling, trying to get inspiration. Then I'd choose a topic I probably didn't know 100% that well, and then spend even more time researching it. So a 500-word blog could take me 1 to 2 hours to write. Then I'd have to upload it and schedule it, find the image, etc., etc. All the bits that go with it. And the whole process would actually take forever. So these days I can do twice as much in half the time. And I'll let you in on my secret in a little bit. But let's get to the second reason why most people feel like it is really hard to create content. And that is that you feel like you have no time to create it, let alone be strategic. Yes, I get it. I really do. We are all time poor. There is so much trying to pull us away from our focus of what we're doing in the moment. Even the most organized and efficient person can be time poor because, do you know what? We actually continually fill our lives with stuff. As soon as there is a spare moment, we're filling it with something. In addition, our clients are always our priority. So serving them, showing up for them, doing the work for them is always our priority. So it's absolutely no wonder that when we feel like we have to do something, and then on top of that, we have no time to do it, then it just becomes really hard and overwhelming. And in the end, we just don't do it at all. Now, the third reason I think that you're probably finding content creation hard is that you just don't know where to start. And I think that when we're constantly hearing messages in the online space of how best to beat algorithms, which call to actions to use and where, that podcasts are the way to go, that social algorithms favor video, then, naturally it becomes way too confusing to know what's the right thing to do, let alone stick with something and test it out long enough to see if it actually works. And I know this is particularly difficult for the collectors out there. And if you haven't done my quiz to find out what type of content creator you are, then the collectors are the shiny object chasers. Make sure that you pop down to the show notes if you haven't done the quiz and give it a go. I'd love to know what content creator archetype you are. So it's hard enough for anyone to know where to start, but for my collectors, it's an extra challenge. So the fourth reason I find that people think that content creation can be really difficult is having a lack of purpose or a lack of strategy. The term throwing content spaghetti at the wall is quite apt when we're talking about a lack of purpose or strategy, because when you don't have either of these in your content life, then you're really just creating content for content's sake. And when you add in a lack of time, having too many or not enough ideas and not knowing where to start, oh my goodness, it's starting to have a snowball effect. And it becomes a huge melting pot of content overwhelm. So I get it, I really do. And then the last reason is imposter syndrome or perfectionism. I could also add comparisonitis to this list as well as any inner mean girl chatter that stops you from putting your beautiful content out into the world. Because when we're not feeling confident putting our thoughts, beliefs, and offers out into the world, it makes it really, really difficult to bring our ideal client along for that journey, let alone want to create content for them. So they're the 5 reasons that I think it's really difficult for a lot of people to create content. I'd love to know, why does content creation feel hard for you, if it does at all? Is it the too many or no ideas, no time, don't know where to start, lack of strategy, or the inner mean girl thoughts? Well, whatever the reason, I'm going to give you a few ways that you can make it feel easier. And this is what I want for you. I don't want you to become a content creating machine. I just want you to know that content creation can be fun, it can be easy, and it can be joyous. We just need to know how to make it work for us. So the first thing I want you to do is to lean into your superpower. And we all have a superpower when it comes to content creation. So I mentioned earlier that collectors find it very hard to know where to start. Well, the observers often feel like their inner mean girl voice is too loud. The free spirits usually lack the desire to have a strategy, and the planners can struggle with too many ideas. So it's really identifying your strengths, understanding your weaknesses, and then supporting yourself in a way that feels really good. And if you want to know more about these archetypes, go and check out episode 256 of the Brand Builders Lab with Sus Chadwick, where we have a great discussion around the strengths and weaknesses of the different archetypes, as well as how to best support yourself, no matter what type of archetype you are. Head on down to the show notes and the link for that episode will be there for you. The second way we can make it easier for ourselves is to simply acknowledge that we have a finite amount of time, energy, and resources. And I talk about this so much because it's so important. Sometimes the biggest pressure to create perfect content comes from ourselves, especially if we're trying to do all the things. I truly believe that life and business flows so much easier when we acknowledge and accept that we have a finite amount of time, energy, and resources available to us right now in this moment. But just know this will change over your lifetime. I get so sad when I see new mums trying to do all the things that they used to do pre-kids without any help. It's not possible. And anyone who tells you otherwise is showing you a fake life. If they can and are still doing the same as what they did pre-kids, it's because they have the resources available to them. They've outsourced parts of their life, and that has freed up time and allowed them to continue business as they were before. But that is a choice that they've made. Your life might be different right now. I know that now, in this stage of my life, I have less time, energy, and resources than I did, say, 3 months ago. That's because we've had a holiday, then went straight into packing up a home and moving into a new one. And there's so much involved in that. In fact, I recorded this episode over a month ago because I knew I'd be away on holidays when it was released. So what I really want to say here is release the pressure. Acknowledge and accept that the amount of time, energy, and resources you have right now can and will change, and it will be so much easier for you. Time to get off my high horse now. And the third thing is we can make content creation and strategy easier if we simply use a framework that supports our unique selves. Okay, so once you've been able to acknowledge and accept your time, energy, and resources, then it becomes simpler and clearer to implement a way of working that really supports you and your business and what you have available to you. I am so not about this is the 6 steps you have to take, otherwise your content will suck, because there's so much difference from one person to the next and one business to the next, and you simply cannot implement a cookie cutter 6-step process. You can, however, take pieces of what you learn and implement them in a way that's easy because you know who you are and you know what your strengths are. Like I mentioned previously, go and check out my guest episode on the Brand Builders Lab with Suze Chadwick to find out more about how you can create content based on your archetype and really find that beautiful, unique way to support yourself. If you'd rather jump straight in and play with the elements of a framework, then head on down to the show notes and download my free resource, Unlock Consistent Content, and purchase the masterclass that goes with it for just $7. But this is really going to help you understand that you can implement a framework in a way that feels good for you. So I give you the 4 different elements that you need in a framework in order to show up with consistent content. But the fun part is you get to implement them the way that feels best for you. Okay, so if you're finding content creation really hard or really heavy right now, or you're feeling uninspired, then just know it can change. I really encourage you to look out for the doors opening to my membership, The Content Effect, in just a few short weeks. I'll be running a couple of workshops before then, so make sure that you jump on the wait list so you can find out all the details about what's happening and when. I simply love teaching and guiding people through finding a way to make content work for them, because that is what this life is all about, is living it in a way that feels so beautiful and easy and aligned for you. And that's especially the case for your content as well. Remember, it's not about creating more content. It's about finding aligned ways to make it work harder for you. Thanks so much for listening. That's it for another week. To get more powerful content in your life, make sure you're following along on socials. My handle is @meldbusiness. And just in case you're wondering, the groovy music for this podcast was created by Just Here on SoundCloud. I'd also be super grateful if you took a moment to rate and review this podcast so more amazing women like you can experience the power of content. And if you're like, hell Mel, stop talking, I'm ready to work with you now, here's how we can work some powerful content magic together. Firstly, come and join the Content Effect, my membership inspiring women with service-based businesses to ditch the content chaos and start creating stand-out content that gets you noticed and makes sales. You can join us by using the link in the show notes or just Google the Content Effect. The second way we can work together is via my one-on-one packages. We can create a sustainable content strategy or start to build out your client journey. It's up to you. Hop on over to meldbusinessservices.com.au/services to find out more. Until next time, have a beautiful week and embrace the power of your content.